There's nothing that we can do to it, or do about it, or do against it. Get that Galatians 4, about to shine, but I want you to hold that and come back to it. Isaiah 55.
This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth to me void, but it shall accomplish that which I have pleased, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it.
Now, dealing with this particular scripture, I just want to put it into modern times of what you see going on. You got all these different protests, right? You got these uproars of the people going on, okay? And you got individuals who fight against the powers that be that's trying to stop basically what the Lord has already set up in the scriptures. The Lord said, no, you can't do that. You can't take away what I've already set up. My word's going to accomplish that I please. You see? You got these so-called civil rights leaders. These different individuals are iconic in the world, you know, and they're trying to persuade the people into coming together to start a revolt against the government, to vote a certain way, to do certain things to change the outcome of the times that's at hand. That's not going to happen. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead, bro. We take Galatians. Salaki, it's not Galatians, it's Corinthians. Nothing against the truth. It is Corinthians, but you can do nothing against the truth. There we go. Go ahead, bring it out.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and 8. For we can do nothing against the truth.
Right. So whatever it is that is going on in the earth and whoever is being done by, program them to do that. The uproars, the Lord spoke about that in Matthew the 24th chapter. You know? Because you got a lot of jakes now coming to a conscious mindset that the government can't be trusted. The government is conspiring, which we know, according to the scriptures, we know exactly what they're doing. They're conspiring to bring in the New World Order, to bring in the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast.
Right.
Okay? Now, our people are on different levels of consciousness. They know that something is going on, that there's a major change, all right, about to take place, especially here in America, but all over the earth. This pandemic going on, this so-called COVID-19, it's affected the whole planet. But what is COVID-19? It's a plague. All right? Did the Lord not say that he was going to send plagues? All right? Why? For judgment. Okay? Let's get that in Ezra. You got it?
Yeah. This is start at 1.
Just get to the point about the plagues. Behold, I was saying, I think it's verse 8. Verse 5.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
That's what we are in the midst of. I started out talking about prophecy, how you got past, present, and future prophecy. Well, this is a present prophecy that's going on in the working right now. COVID-19 is a plague that the Lord has sent upon the earth. And why did he?
For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Stop right there. Go back to Ecclesiastes 3 and pick up in verse 15.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be have already been.
And when you go into the essence of that, it's talking about prophecy. Things that have happened, happen again. See, the prophets of old, they spoke things that happened in their time in the kingdom, but the essence of it, the Lord created these spirits to come back and do those same things over again. Hence why he created Esau, Edom, the wicked. Because he know the only thing that he's going to accomplish in the ages of his existence is wickedness. ahead, bro.
And Yahweh requireth that which is past.
He required that, which, you know, hence the whole inspiration behind this is that we must revisit the past. Go ahead, Elder.
But quick point. On my way here to camp, I passed the bus, the city bus, and on the little telecom, the little word, it said required.
Required.
Right before I came to camp, it said required. Going back into what you're bringing out through the Spirit, man, the Most High requires that which is past.
That's right.
I heard somebody say on TV, they said, injustice plus time does not equal justice. Esau have you thinking that time justifies injustice.
Yeah.
Slavery, all right, the slaughtering of the so-called Latino Americans, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called African Americans, all right, time does not heal those wounds.
Nope.
Time does not justify your actions. The Most High require that which is past.
Yep.
You got it, brother.
And that's a beautiful point, Elder.
Yep.
You know, because Esau got this mindset that, you know, well, that was so long ago.
Yep.
You know, time heals all. You know, that's the you know, time heals all. You know, well, the only way that time heals all is if you take the time to go back and see what caused us to get in that predicament in the first place. That's what the Lord's saying. He requires you to go back to the past to see, okay, why I'm in this current position? What's going on right now? Why am I in this current position? All right. And when you go back and look and see and able to answer that question, you'll see where you're headed. If you, cut. So if you don't change, all right, your ways from the way you've been doing things all along, the current position you're in is going to get worse. Oh, it's not going to stay the same. I know you thought I said it's going to stay the same. No, it's going to get worse. You see? Because the wages of sin is death. And the more that you do that wickedness, hey, the more sort of destruction comes upon you, and the doors of mercy and repentance close. Those doors are on a time frame. So you have to get right with your power, man. He requires you to go back. Okay? That's what the whole idea, it's the whole meaning of repent. To turn back, man. To revisit what you've done and get it right. Make amends. Did we finish that in the second Ezra? Did we get that?
No, we didn't finish.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right. The hurtful works are fulfilled, man. Because when you look at why these plagues and just this different lamentation, mournings, and woes are going on in the earth, it's because the fulfilling of Esau's time is at hand. He's accomplished pretty much everything except for making that RFID chip mandatory, man. All right, that's the one of the final prophecies that we are waiting on. You know, now you go back to the Ecclesiastes 3 and 15, and brother can hold Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16.
3:15 and 15.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High requireth that which is past. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there.
Now, the place of judgment. When I look at that, I think about Jerusalem. Because Jerusalem, first and foremost, we always go into this, we have to make this known that Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. The ones that the Most High bestowed with his judgment of righteousness is Jerusalem. Now, what's wrong with our people today? They're full of wickedness. Now, twofold meaning, you look at Jerusalem, the place of Jerusalem, who's over there? The wicked. The wicked are in the judgment seat, because when the kingdom is established, judgment is going to spring forth out of Jerusalem, the people and the place, when the Lord puts us in that rightful land as he returns and destroys the wicked that's in rulership now. Go ahead, bro.
That wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
The place of righteousness, iniquity is there, man. You got look at our women, look at our men. Our men are feminine, our women are masculine. You know,
Yep.
everything is completely turned upside down.
Yep.
When you look at the culture, when I said we go into history and we look at the old times, the culture of our men and women was a man. The elders are always going to this: a man to be a masculine man, all right, not to be conducted by his emotions. And a woman was a subjective creature, all right? Like what P saying, baby boy, I ain't gonna call them names. They just some unstable creatures.
Yep.
And that's what they have become, unstable creatures, man. You know, who is unable to be trained. You see, and their only purpose in this age is to really chastise and be a burden unto the man,
You know,
especially the Israelite man.
Can somebody can I just interject right
Go
quick?
ahead, bro.
Can you get somebody get Ecclesiastes, is it 7? We just I find more bitter than death.
7 and 26, come.
Because you said it seems like her only purpose here in America is to basically give you hell.
Yeah.
Now the spirit was on me and another brother. I was talking to the brother Gabar Yahawada in Hawaii
Come.
after we did a live lesson. And basically, hey, we concluded, man, me and Ayash, we've concluded that the same spiritual demon Satan that's in Esau to systematically oppress you, that same spiritual demon Satan is in your woman to mentally oppress you.
That's right.
Because Esau oppression makes you have little power on a status level.
Yep.
But that woman's oppression is to make you small in your mind.
Mindset.
It's to make you small in your everything you do. Let her tell it you do it wrong.
Yep.
The way you drive, you do it wrong. The way you know how you should have made that turn. All right, that's why they call it henpeck. Henpeck is somebody that a hen that pecks you. A woman is always pecking you with her complaints.
Yep.
But what that does, that defeats your mind. And she has a narrative that everything you're doing is wrong. That basically breaks you down mentally to where you don't want to defend yourself anymore. And that is another form of emasculation.
Yep.
So we've been systematically emasculated by Esau, and we've been mentally emasculated by the woman.
Yep.
And 12 after that.
Yep.
All right.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Heart is snares and nets. That means she has traps, man. That means she's manipulative.
Yep.
But I want to get into the point where it says more bitter than death, man.
Hey, and this just shows you the mindset, even with this latest fiasco with Cardi B and
Yep. Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. The title of the video or the song is WAP, you know, wet ass pussy, excuse my French, but I mean it's out there. All right?
It's out there.
What is that WAP? A trap.
It's a trap.
And that's what when they in the song, they rapping it in the fashion that, you know, hey, this is what I use against to make the man do what I want him to do.
Yep.
That's that snare and that trap, you know? Because men have come to the point now where they can't live unless they got that box, man. Oh, I don't care what I gotta do, I gotta get it. And they go all out just for their cause. But the scriptures tell you not to desire a woman for that pleasure, man.
Yeah, because a woman has a position.
Yeah.
She has duties in the household.
Yep.
All right.
They look at that like it's her greatest attribute.
Yep.
Yep.
It's Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Who are the children that oppresses us? Esau, the so-called white man.
Yep.
He systematically oppresses you. But then it said women rule over you, man. And around 1960s, 1970s, you had something called the welfare state, which subsidized or basically rewarded women household. All right, and what they did, they totally emasculated you, Jake. Another race of people told your woman that she don't need you as the leader. So you got something called the Black Lives Matter movement. But if you look at the content of what they really stand for, they're protesting that same man's leadership. All right, because if you want to kick a dead dog or kick a man while he's down, what did you do? You took the man's leadership away from him. So not only were we already in your captivity, but at least we had family structure. Then around the 60s and 70s, you took that from us, man. Now you have women who are basically through. They're damaged, man. And guess what? The men are damaged. We're damaged because we went the last 50, 60 years with no masculine figure in the household.
Yep.
So either the man is effeminate or he's an animal. All right?
Yep. That's how they treat you. You want me to finish? That Ecclesiastes 7?
Yeah, come, bro.
Back in Ecclesiastes 7:26, it says, "Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her,
Yep.
but the sinner shall be taken by her."
Yeah, wicked nigga, man. A sinner is a nigga. It's a man that transgresses the laws. We've all sinned, right? So what distinguishes us from a sinner? Your lifestyle is sinning. You literally slip. But somebody, a 2/3, their lifestyle is going off, man. They take pride in eating pork. They take pride in talking to somebody else's woman, man. And it's being taken by a wicked woman, man. They're Satan in red bottles, man. All right? Mississippi, Jay got killed over basically over a female last week. Caught it on video, shot in the head. Over a baby mama issue. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Yeah, and now they rule over your mind, man. You got to go back to worshiping the Heavenly Father, man. The black woman praying to put yourself back in a rulership position, man. All right? But what the brother Thompson Mark is going into is that this country, it's about to sow all the wickedness that is reaped. All right? So from there, can somebody get Galatians 6 and 7? Will you hold us some, brother? Bring it out, bro.
I'll give you the last bit of my time.
Okay.
I got one real quick. I was hoping for you. This Sirach 25 and Sirach 25 and 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Yep.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
And that goes right into Ecclesiastes. How a sinner's gonna be taken by. So, hey, and this truth, man, is the hopeful elect. We gotta learn how to contain our lust, to a certain extent.
Yep.
Because the vibration of this world is more wicked than when I first came into the knowledge. The Queen of Heaven vibration is stronger than when I first woke up, man. So it'll behoove you not to be that guy on social media,
Yep.
on fans only. Women are getting paid to be a woman.
Yeah.
You're getting paid for having body parts that you didn't give yourself. All right? And that's like idol worshiping, man.
Yeah.
All right? So that's idol worshiping, man. Like a brother broke down, you paying tribute to the Queen of Heaven.
Yep.
All right? If you're going to deal with a harlot, deal with a harlot. All right? But in order to Heavenly Father, you got to let go of the Edomite mindset.
It is heavy in America, and that's spiritual. When you talk about the woman, and just as an analogy, you look at.
And then mother, I look at that word mother, it goes back to mater.
Yeah.
I was looking at the divorce rate in Saudi Arabia. Their current divorce rate in Saudi Arabia is like 50%. This is why I Googled why. And it said basically they started following women. So women, and there's parts of age over women. After the age of 27, I think it's a certain part in China. As of age 27, women are classified as leftover women because they didn't get married at their prime age. So now it's like, well, you're a leftover woman.
Yeah, nobody really wants you.
In Japan, I want to say it was a million people since 2000. Thought it was kind of regressive to be a mom and a wife to get a career.
Right.
But now the government is putting all their energy into American mindset. Going back to the mother of harlots. Where did they get that from? Why? The saints come,
Yeah.
about the great come. How does the song go?
Also reap.
You sow in slavery. You sow. They just changed the kingdom, right? So now we're Confederate flags. One side of the car is a Confederate flag, the other side of the car is a Trump flag. So why did they defeat treason?
Yeah.
It's the flag you was waving was keeping your cotton. That's what you sold. You sold that, man. Now you're about to reap what you sold, man.
Right.
All right, hey, what's going on, brother? All right.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Hey, but you saw wickedness, man. All right, as a nation, you saw wickedness. What's
The question, it was just I like what y'all do out here, y'all every weekend, sit in the corner, but some folks can just come out and it ain't working. I'll tell you why.
Well, let me stop you right there. No, you good? Y'all good? Now, so what's that? Romans 11:7. The elect have obtained it.
This is Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Hey, the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So you said it's not working. Well, what got these brothers out here?
Okay, let me show you what I see.
Okay. Okay.
Every day, I see I see now. When I see there's a bunch of hate, denial, disrespect, disloyal, no love, no fellowship, no communication. I see it every day. That's why we at where we at. That's why we can't get past go. Look around in the city. Not disrespect you, young man. Let's look around in the city itself. On the base, you trust on money. Just look around and see where the money going. What you going about nothing. Saturday, Sunday, you got 2 days of making your money. Detailing, cooking out of a truck. 2 days. The rest of the week you working for somebody else. I know why.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. That you do 8 hours or 40 hours and go home and rest and be cool. They work church.
No, this ain't got nothing to do with the church. This is the truth.
Okay.
All right, but it's the reason why the majority of our people are working, because a lot of our people have tried entrepreneurship, but statistically, the ideas fail. What's the percentage of a black business?
You know
one second, brother. What's the percentage of a black business failing? It's like 80%.
90.
8 years, it's gonna fail. 5?
Yeah.
Within the first 5 years, it's gonna fail.
And
so
then
there are a lot of our people who think like you. We think like him. And he's one of us, by the way. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
The persecution.
Our necks are under persecution. Because guess what? All right, my brothers, be peaceful.
I'm gonna bring the truth. I mean, y'all doing what y'all doing, but it ain't working. I don't fit it nowhere. No matter where. These churches, it ain't working. For some reason, it ain't working.
Hey, maybe the most side not working with you,
It ain't
brother.
working.
Hey,
I mean, I'm cool.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is doing what y'all supposed to do.
yeah.
All I'm doing is telling my brothers to the same thing. Man, y'all gotta put a
Let's be all deep. I don't know much about it. But I know one thing. Side hustle. That side hustle better cover your rent, your car insurance, But in a lot of cases, the only thing that'll cover is working for Esau. It said our necks are under persecution, man.
That's right.
That means we went from having literal iron across our neck to you being subject to debt. The new slavery is debt. So you might have a job, but all right, go ahead, brother. So deliver food, Uber Eats, Grubhub. Brothers ain't doing that because they want to do it. Nobody want to go into their second job.
Right.
No Israelite want to work past 8 hours, man. It's like our brain shut off after 8 hours.
Yeah, it's only 24 in the day, and they want you to work over.
Then they'll tell you at the last minute, oh, we getting off because overtime.
Yeah.
Mandatory overtime.
6. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread.
Hey, we have given the hand to the Egyptians, man. We depend on the Egyptians for our survival. That's not talking about then, because during the time of Lamentations, they was doing a Babylonian rule. So why they refer to them as Egyptians? Talk about now. But I tell you one thing, when we originally left Egypt, it was the same thing. We went into that desert, we was riveted. And we had fish.
Yeah, we ate every day.
We ate every day. We had watermelon. And it said it. Jacob was like in captivity. It's like now, we got cookouts, we got family reunion. Y'all can go to a sports bar, but you in captivity.
Hey, and it's a spirit because the prophecy of the Lord, he led us captive out of captivity. That's what's going on now. That's why he came captive to this system. Because the thing about it, when you get done, the Lord always had it set up for a righteous to be the kings. And the solution is not to end slavery. The solution is to...
The reason why I'm free from sin.
Man, he's got it set up to where the only way that you pretty much survive is righteously. We set men up to be able to be sufficient, to become their own. Just like Jacob.
Yep,
Laban. Yep. Okay, he worked for him, what, 7 years? He gained his wives. And then after that, he had his own land. He was known. He had his substances. Yep. This devil doesn't do that, man. This devil, you work a whole week, I'm waiting on my check right now from last week. Some brothers waiting on not even real money.
Not even real money. You hadn't accumulated nothing. No type of substance or anything, man.
It's taking us back to the old paths. Because when you go into all the things, so what's that our people have not obtained? The word of the Most High. Okay? That's the whole thing. Hearken, listen to my ways, and you will, to them type of people, avoid and vanity. It don't seem of no real value. You know? But we see it working for us. All right? Because we see to tear down this system coming to pass. So what does that mean for us? The system that he originally set up for us to govern the earth is about to come to pass.
And right? What did it say about John the Baptist? The voice of ones crying in the wilderness? Hey, so it's going to be like we're crying in the wilderness, man. But now you got celebrities talking about we the chosen people, man.
Yep.
You know how much money you're supposed to get?
Yeah.
Esau has the nerve to show you how much you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
But like this, how much, you know?
Right.
Hey, read that again from the top.
This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Yeah, man, you overworked and underpaid. Hey, y'all remember that TV station called UPN? They used to have an acronym. It was a slang acronym. They said it stood for underpaid Negroes. This is so-called. You were sown much and brought in little. Now, what did it also say? I think it's Amos plowmen. We're modern day workers. We're modern day plowmen. But it also said we're going to overtake that reaper. We're going to overtake that man that gave us little. All right? And slavery was that was literal in slavery.
Yep.
We saw much and we didn't get shit.
Get a dime.
A dime!
Yep.
And you talking about starting a business, man. Let's
pay taxes.
Let's go to the man to show him that we don't need. Come on, man.
Yeah. You never own anything. You know? The only thing, that's why we say this wisdom is the real riches, man. Because he can't take that from us. He can't tax that. You know? The thing we're able to keep, you know, keep the wisdom of this book, man. You know? And focus on that instead of focusing on think about the here and now. You stop thinking about right now, what can I do now to make it easier? A value of working for this man in this society. It's straight vanity, man. You're never going to really accomplish anything. All right? You might make it to where you can pay your bills a little bit easier, but you're never going to own a light company. You're never going to own a water company. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to have any true resources. You see, as long as this man is in the seat of judgment, man. You know, going back to Ecclesiastes, hey, the reason why we're in the predicament that we're in is because we went off and allowed the wicked to put his foot on our necks.
You know what? I'm sorry, bro.
No, you got
the Most High is fair.
Yeah.
He let every philosophy we hear. You had the African, you had the 5%ers. The Most High, every philosophy a chance to show them, okay, we tried it your way.
This is Matthew chapter 22. Show me the tribute money, and they brought it unto him a penny. And they say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto the Most High the things that are the Most High's.
Yep.
So basically, you gotta work for Esau.
You gotta work for
Hey, basically, your business got bills.
Your business got bills.
Your business got bills.
It ain't all profit.
It ain't all profit, man. And then look, you gotta pay your house.
And you gotta pay business taxes.
Yep.
Everything increases. The more self-sufficient you are, it's just the harder he comes down and requires more of you, man.
It's actually easier to really be employed.
Yep.
I ain't say, hey, you do what you want to do, but at least with employment, it's kind of predictable.
Yep.
It's like a tiger in the zoo.
Yep.
Are you a tiger in the zoo? You oppressed. Man. You don't really feel like a lion.
Yeah.
You don't really feel like a tiger. But every day or every week, he throw you a slab of meat.
You don't have to go get it yourself.
You gotta go get it yourself.
Yeah.
But when you say zoo, I'm escaping the zoo, I'm gonna be self-sufficient. According to Animal Planet, 6 out of 7 attempts to catch your prey is failed attempts. So 6 out of 7 of your attempts. So even in a business world, man, most of your business ideas not gonna last. Yep. We still under the curses. And if you're a man of the Lord, it might be hard business, man. Not saying it's impossible. We're not saying don't do it. But we in hell, man.
Hey, but going back to the Animal Planet and with the lions and you know the animals, the failed attempts. This is a lion. He failing every time. He get 1 out of every 7. You know, and when you think about it, who's messing up the ecosystem? Esau.
Yep.
You taking the things that you're not supposed to eat and eating them as a delicacy.
Yep.
That's causing a trickle down effect in the food chain, man.
Negative effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, half of the animals, the Esau, those animals are chasing are probably in danger.
Yep.
They scarce. Probably hard to, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say even down to the mushrooms, you know, because I've been researching mushrooms. Like we know about GMOs and stuff, but mushrooms actually thrive on, you know, different bacteria. It sterilizes the whole grain that the spores will grow into. It sterilizes it, and so it's growing a weak ass mushroom. So it's everything, man.
Everything is defiled and diluted. You know, he don't allow any thing to be in its natural essence. And like seedlessness. Just this dude has completely, excuse my French, fucked up the earth, man.
I agree. It's several thousand. But we'll only use 10% of the Earth's vegetation. That's why you go to the stores like the same apple, orange, grape,
All fruits.
but the Most High has hundreds of fruit species and thousands of vegetation.
You know, so 10%, and you wonder why you get sick and you having all these, man, we are being deprived of necessary vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. That's vital to our health. Go ahead,
I'm sorry, is the brother holding the scripture? You can get that out right quick. I'm going to keep letting the scriptures roll with it.
Come.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 3. And unwise, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Yeah, that's Ecclesiastes, right? Read that again.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Hey, we're talking about vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, right? Why did the king of Babylon tell us how to take care of our bodies? Because the king of Babylon figured, man, I can make more money off of them being sick than healthy. Because they depend on the pharmaceutical industry, which is the drugs, get them hooked on that shit. All right, because really, I think it was Hippocrates, let me lie to you, Hippocrates. It was like, let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. And you got that by way of fruit, vegetables. And you know, he allowed us to eat animals you eat. That's the dietary law of the Bible. All right? But what was I going to say? Your body extracts the nutrients from the food you eat.
Right.
Now, when you go to a fast food joint, which we all do it every now and then, go to a fast food joint and you buy some Cheetos, name me some nutrients in some Cheetos.
Nothing.
Name me nutrients in a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
But the king of America said it's okay to eat a Snicker bar.
Yeah, hungry, why wait?
Yeah.
Grab a Snickers.
Grab a Snickers, man. So what is it? What is the body is extracting? That your lungs, you digest the food right theoretically, and your body extracts the nutrients, and it attaches to your blood cells. And your blood cells send it to your cells in your body. It's feeding your cells. That's why I got a book called Cell Food. You came to Babylon and we totally forgot what food was. Food and you get tired. You're supposed to eat food and have energy.
Have energy. Hey, and that's a prime example why you don't have energy is because if you're eating something that has no substance, for instance, like you spoke about Cheetos, potato chips, period, have absolutely no nutritional value and serve absolutely no purpose for you. It's like you're eating air, basically. So if you putting something in your body, your body is set up to break that food down and it'll say get the nutrients and minerals from it. So you basically putting nothing in your body. You charging your body calories. Yeah.
And then you know we eat so frequently in America. That's why you got a bigger time you pick up weight.
Yep.
Now your organs is like you going underwater in a deep swimming pool, and all that pressure's on your organs. You know how it's on your body. That is when you overweight, man.
Yep.
You putting all that pressure, so now your heart got to do more because all that fat around it.
Yep.
Now your organs got to do more because they got so much pressure on it, man. Until you give up the.
I'll tell you, you're supposed to eat so many numbers of times a day, but he ain't telling you what you should be eating or how you should be eating. You know, more than once a day, but you shouldn't be eating a full course meal. You should be eating light.
Now you might go to a party at work, you know that's normal, but energy comes from the earth. Hey man, hey, nuts. Like sunflower seed, micronutrients. So it's fat, carbs, and nutrients as well. Same thing with fruit. Fruit is high in energy. I'm planning, they're about to loot a building. Alright? They're about to set some on fire. Because the wicked are in authority. Alright? Hey, everybody's scared of corona. What about the damn food pandemic, man? The processed food pandemic. And they killed, and it did worse to them than what corona could ever do, man. Alright? Because corona is supposed to be basically a flu. Alright, go ahead.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Going back to Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter and around the 3rd verse, man. When Esau, the wicked, is in rulership, he gonna destroy his people, man. You destroy your people because you didn't implement the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible.
Right.
Going back to the ecosystem, you're not supposed to eat no damn bottle feeders. The earth has a cleanup system.
Right.
The Most High created certain animals as part of the earth's cleanup system. So when an animal dies, then the Most High sends buzzards. He sends vultures. Alright, and guess what? They start picking up the corpse of that animal so it won't just rot in the middle of nowhere. Yep. So it has a cleanup system. You buy you a fish tank, it's smart to get a catfish in your fish tank. Because all they do is swim around the bottom. And one time I got a fish tank without bottle feeders, and the food is accumulated at the bottom. My fish tank got dirty. But as soon as I bought those catfish, they kept the bottom clean because they ate everything that fell to the bottom. The Most High has a clean. You don't eat bottle feeders. But what do you have today? Everybody eat bacon, BLT, this type of sandwich with bacon in it. Pigs are beautiful in their own habitat. They keep the earth clean by eating the trash around them. All right? And that's a beautiful thing, but you don't eat them. Shrimp, lobster. All right?
And they make good compost for soil.
They make good compost. That's right. That's right. Worms. Good compost, man. They help with the decomposition. Decomposition process.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you study the earth is beautiful, man. All right, you can eat the chicken. You can eat certain species of chicken. All right, but you can't eat a lot of birds, man, because the Most High solely created them for the ecosystem, to spread seeds. The bird will eat a fruit, right? It'll eat a fruit, and it'll digest the seed in the fruit. It'll defecate that seed with its manure. So now that seed is wrapped in fertilizer. And now that seed spread itself, and they kept the population of that particular seed going, man. The Most High beautiful. Esau not going to tell you that. All right?
Show the birds.
All right, go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms 37 and 20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs.
The Most High has enemies. The wicked shall perish. Did it say they should be as the fat of lambs? All right, go ahead.
And they shall consume into smoke, and shall they consume away.
Because the Most High going to make a sacrifice in Basra. Also known as Babylon. Because what do you do with a lamb? You sacrifice it. You sacrifice it on the altar or a grill, right? You flame it. And it's an offering to the Most High, right? In our homeland, Jerusalem, we did that. America's going to be that great sacrifice. Right? All right, that's why it's going to be like that lamb offering to the Most High, man. That sweet savor to the Most High.
Right.
The destruction of our enemies. The enemy of the earth, man. All right?
So, 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. For every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused.
Woo! Everything again about the shot.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 4. For every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving.
And it's heavy because it says in Sirach, I want to say 39, don't let me lie, but it says all things have their uses. So every organism or microorganism that the Most High created, it has a use to carry on the existence on the planet Earth, man. All right? So when you study it from that perspective, you will understand how we're not supposed to eat every animal, man. But Esau won't tell you that, man.
Hey,
all right?
John, and if I may add, too, I remember learning about Gad, before, well, it was also during when Esau was over here, too, but whenever they killed an animal, they used every part of that animal. They used the bones to make tools, the tendons to make strings. They ate the meat. They used certain organs as pouches. They used the fur as clothing. You know, they used some other stuff as decoration. You know, and they used. I think they even used the blood as like paint to make certain dyes.
I think they like that buffalo. Mm-hmm. They used the skin of the buffalo as like a cover for their house.
Yeah.
Like you something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Gad utilized every part of the animal.
It's Sirach 39 and 21. A man need not to say, "What is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses."
Don't you know that 70 to 90% of our oxygen supply comes from the ocean? We're breathing, we're inhaling and exhaling because of what's in the ocean. And what's in the ocean is the plant life in the ocean. It's like a certain type of algae. And the algae has a high oxygen content. And that's how we're able to
H2O.
Hydrogen and oxygen. And water is mostly oxygen. Inhale and exhale. And trees, they emit oxygen, man. But who's destroy your tree? If somebody came to your grandma right now and took her oxygen tank, y'all be ready to kill that man on sight. What the hell this nigga doing? Well, the earth is like your grandma. The earth is your mama. And every time you cut down these trees and pollute these oceans, all right, you taking your mama's oxygen tank, man, and running with it, man. All right?
All the mosquitoes and how Esau created basically bionic mosquitoes to eat. Prime example of the scripture, you gotta study it and find out. Because the scriptures say all things have their uses and all creatures are good, and nothing to be refused. You know, I don't care if it's a maggot. A maggot breaks down waste, just like a pig. A pig eats up the waste. Crabs, lobsters, shrimp clean the ocean, like the elder going into the ocean. So if the ocean is being deprived and being all the bottom feeders are being taken out, then how pure is the water gonna be? Not to mention that you're already dumping wasting oil and put it out. Like a filtering system.
There's a filtering system. Going into the oxygen, all the plant life in the ocean. Even what do you call those reeds? Coral reefs.
Yeah.
They have a high nutrition content to feed the fish in the area. But the ocean has its own filtering system. Alright, so like the brother said, you're destroying the ocean. You know how much plastic they extracting out of the ocean? Man. You ever seen clips where they'll cut up a whale and there's a plastic in the whale, man? But Esau let Esau tell it, we the criminals. Every morning you watch the goddamn news, it's a Jake with dreadlocks and tattoos, and that's the worst thing walking on the planet Earth. That's what everybody gets scared of. But the deadliest creature on Earth, it is walking in plain sight and nobody thinks nothing of it.
I just say about even the devil disguises himself.
12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Profane. So you have nothing to do with the law, statutes, and commandments. You have nothing to do with life. And you go into the history of Adam, all right? Adam was given the breath of life. So I'm going to ask you brothers a question. What is the breath of life?
Knowledge and understanding.
Wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Most High. Started with the law, statutes, and commandments. So Adam was civilized. The Most High civilized Adam with his word. Why he's so profane. He's so contrary to existence, man. All right.
If you go back, so they say he's profane, he's outside of the temple. He wasn't sanctioned or sanctified to govern the earth. You have to be sanctified to understand how the earth operates, man. You know? That's why everything that this devil touches becomes destroyed. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It's 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High and prayer.
So the elder just asked, the laws are the wisdom. All right, so the laws of life were given to Israel. That's why I say Esau, his blessing was the sword to destroy of how things are to operate. By looking at him and how he operates, it automatically shows us that he's not fit to rule. Right. Like, okay, so it's got to be somebody that's got to come and take over, because this guy is never going to get it right. He can't see how it's wrong to throw plastic in the ocean. He can't see how it's wrong to spray chemicals in the air.
Give homosexual rights.
Give homosexual rights. You can't see what that equals. You know, 0 plus 0 equals 0. You know, you take nothing and you add nothing to it, you're still gonna get nothing. The Lord didn't create us like that. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. You take a seed, one, you put it in the ground with one, and it multiplies and becomes 2, 3, 4, and so on. All he does is take.
But Esau make a pill to help prevent HIV. Like you missing the whole picture, Esau. You know?
Yeah. So the Christians, they try to use their scripture in Timothy 4 to say, see, nothing to be refused. All creatures are good. But you got to read verse 5. It has to be sanctified. The brother got the word sanctified?
This is sanctified in the Blue Letter Bible, Strong's G37, Hagazo, and it means to render or acknowledge or to be vulnerable or hollow, to separate from profane things.
See? What I said about Esau? Esau is not sanctified. See? Because he takes the things that are profane and he makes them holy. Pork is the other white meat.
Yeah.
You see? No, it's not.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not meat. It's not meat for you to eat. It's meat for its purpose. Go ahead, bro.
Dedicated to Yahweh, dedicated people to power, cleansed eternally.
Dedicated people, it said dedicated people to power.
Yeah.
The people that he dedicated to his word was the Israelites, man. Esau doesn't understand that because he wasn't allotted their wisdom. He was only allotted the wisdom of wickedness, how to do everything opposite and contrary to righteousness. See more?
To purify by expiation, free from guilt of sin, to purify eternity by renewing of the soul.
So the Lord has certain things that's clean, meaning pure, and he has certain things which all things are good for their purpose. But there's certain things that's pure for us to eat and to deal with on certain levels, and there's certain things that we are not to deal with so far as eating and other aspects, you know? Just like a woman. You're not supposed to be around a woman when she's on a cycle. You see? When she's clean, after that cycle's past 7 days, then you can deal with her accordingly. So it's about, when you go into Malachi, can I get that real quick, Elder? Get Malachi 3 and 18. It's about discernment between wickedness and good. And the timing. Because there's certain times that you could be doing something that's righteous, but you're doing it at the wrong time. Like the Sabbath. Certain things you're supposed to be doing on the Sabbath. Yeah.
Malachi chapter 3, verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between righteous and the wicked, and between him that serve Yahweh or him that serve him not.
Ooh. And that's what you see going on so far as us coming back to who we are and our power. We're discerning the wickedness from the righteousness just by observing and looking at nature. All right? Looking at who's in the power seat. You got something going on?
I got something to go right with that. This is Job chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee. Teach thee.
See, because the animals are basically programmed to go directly with the order that the Lord set up for them.
That's right.
If you study them, they're set up to do exactly what he set them to do. Yep. They can't, they don't go off. Animals don't go off. They do what they're supposed to do. So when you look at the order of the animals, you're able to understand the order.
It says, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Yep.
And that's really how a lot of inventions come to be about.
Yep.
They look into nature and see, oh wow, an octopus's tentacle, how they grab things.
Yep.
Well, let me make a suction cup to hold up a camera stand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, like the submarine is made out of some type of
Yeah, whale.
whale.
A whale.
Yeah, whale.
Yeah, because the whale has a pressure system, it releases all that air to go deeper. Same thing with the submarine.
Wow.
That's what the
Bird
submarine.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sub under.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fish would declare it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, and those fish, And that's always the Most High is the artist.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 13th chapter tells you that the Most High is the first author of beauty, man. Earth is like his canvas.
Yep.
And Esau, he like Jackson Pollock. I know Jackson Pollock. He was the artist that he just
Throw
shit on
throws shit on the canvas.
Make a disaster.
This nigga can do shit. He's a 3-year-old, man.
Like
That's what
abstract
he's doing
art.
with abstract. and he destroying the canvas, man.
Order ab KO.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah. You just end up being chaotic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And then Apostle Paul, actually I think I do. Apostle Paul, he made that, I forget where it's at, but it said, ask nature and it shall tell you that